If you hear deep, distant rumbling from this video or my light suddenly go out, it's because we're filming in the middle of a storm. See, one of the most beautiful things about nature as a photographic subject is how broad the term is. It can cover so many things like macro or wildlife or landscape or bush, or pick a colour or pick a seascape or a skyscape or just any kind of environment that you are around. And one of the best things about it is it gets you outside. So this morning I spent a good 3 hours just sitting out on my front porch dodging rain. And by dodging rain I mean I would maybe get to run out for about 15 seconds max before rain started again and I'd come back in. And I just sat and waited and shot what I could, found what I could, found little bugs on the porch, shot little leaves, water droplets, just anything I could in my small little natural environment. And nature, for some of you, it doesn't have to be green, it doesn't have to be bush, it doesn't have to be plants like I done. Nature can, I guess, also be interpreted as your environment. So if you live in a city, find things around you, your environment, that are outside your door, that you kind of, how would you describe this? You've been taking it for granted for a little while maybe, or you walk past it and gone, that'd make a cool photo, but nothing really to say put on social media or brag about. But as a little series, as a project, they can be quite fun to shoot. And I've been doing that for a little while. Just those little water droplets I see in my morning walk, the leaves that I walk past every day, the bush right next to my house. There are some very small objects in that I've always found kind of enjoyable and tempting to shoot. Another question or comment I see quite often is about the creativity of a lot of these photos I come up with, and how do I get such creativity? And this answer is honestly nature. I try and get out in nature as much as I can. I love to hike, I love to just even walk around the farm, I love to be outside. Artificial light, especially like cell phone and computer screens, are so numbing for my brain, and I'm sure it must affect a lot of you in a similar way. So if you're struggling for motivation or inspiration or creativity, I can't stress enough. Start hiking, start walking, start biking, start just sitting outside on your deck for 3 hours, trying to avoid the rain, shooting whatever looked kind of interesting at the time. And being in those outdoor environments away from the artificial light will very much help your creativity, your inspiration, and your motivation. So of all the photos I've been showing throughout this video, I think a couple of my favourites are actually the praying mantis. Just as I started filming, I was sitting out on the porch waiting for some rain to stop, and it came and landed on the table right in front of me and then hid a little bit just around the corner. I got a few shots before it disappeared. The other photo is actually just a close-up of some bamboo on my morning walk with Bonnie. So I just did a little bit of a vertical movement to it as I captured it just to add that blur, and then all of these I tried to edit in a very similar style, so they kind of worked and had this theme about them, and those two I think would be my favourite. As always guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions about how I achieved any of these photos, definitely let me know down in the comments below. If you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, it would mean the world to me. The more subscribers I get, the closer I get to doing this for a full-time living, so I really appreciate your support. If you would like to try on this challenge or any other challenge, feel free to hashtag TV Photo Challenge. I'd love to see all your work. Plus, if you'd like to tune in tomorrow and watch me try and take photos of a subject in torrential rain, that subject is going to be trees. Actually, I'll make a little bit of amendment for this one. Anything like plants, bush, grass even, as long as it's growing, it'll be classified as the tree-related subject. But I'm going to try and focus on trees.